Let's discuss this a bit further. We can bring in Sky security and defence analyst, Professor Michael Clarke, joining myself and Sam Coates as well. Just firstly, before we talk a bit more about the UK involvement, how serious is the situation now?
None of this helps, but from a military perspective, there's a lot of sound and fury indicating not very much, because Al Udeid, the base in Doha that was attacked, or base just west of Doha, is symbolically very important. It's America's biggest base in the Middle East, 8,000 American personnel. There used to be 10,000, it's about 8,000 now. It houses the biggest air wing in the world, the 379th, the Expeditionary Air Wing, a lot of aircraft. It's called a CAOC centre, which is a communication and airborne control centre. And it is America's main base for CENTCOM, Central Command. So it ticks lots of boxes as being the centre of American power in the Middle East. It's also extremely well defended. For that reason, the Qataris can take some credit for helping in the defence, but of course the defence is mainly American. And to give advance warning means that nothing is going to get through. And if something did get through, the chances are it would hit sand, because it's a very, very big base. So it's pretty safe in a military sense to attack Al Udeid. But of course, symbolically, you're making the move. And there's also reports, but we can't get any other details on yet, of the Ansar al-Assad base, American troop base in Iraq, also being targeted, and also no casualties. So it looks as if the Iranians have chosen a couple of targets, made sure that no damage was really caused. It's very ritualistic. And that's typical of the IRGC. The indications are that Ayatollah Khamenei is, they say, sheltering or in hiding, to you and me, and that he may have devolved decision-making to the IRGC, to the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. They certainly won't be passive. They're not pragmatic in the way that he tends to be pragmatic. And they will certainly want to do something. So this has got the hallmarks of the IRGC all over it, but it offers plenty of ways out, depending on how the Americans now respond.
Well,
Puts the ball back in Trump's court. Are you going to be sensible and leave it, or you're going to go berserk again, and then we'll see where we are. That's their challenge to him.
You see, that's the thing, isn't it, though, right? If you say that this is quite carefully done by the Iranians, it's a response, so they save face. But is Donald Trump going to respond again?
I mean, that's the challenge to him now. Yeah. Is it, OK, so what are you going to do? We've made our gesture, and we reserve the right to do other things down the road, because they are absolutely incandescent by what has happened over the weekend. Incandescent. But nevertheless, their first move allows for a way out, and they're challenging him to see if he takes it.
It's interesting to see the UK's involvement in all of this, or lack of involvement, I should say, because, look, all of us remember the many, many times when the UK has been so keen to show it is an absolute lockstep with the Americans, it backs everything that they do. We are willing to show support or send troops or whatever it is. This is different.
There are three big things, I think, about events the last 7 days. The first is that Keir Starmer misread Donald Trump in interviews, including with our Beth Rigby last Tuesday. He was saying, no, Trump isn't about to escalate and fire missiles at Iran. He is wrong. The German Chancellor got it right. He was giving interviews at the same time, but Keir Starmer got it wrong. How did that failure of intelligence? They were sitting next to each other. Well, how did he get that wrong? The second thing is that clearly Trump does not feel the need to listen to the counsel of Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer has been urging de-escalation, along with France and Germany, plenty of other European countries. It seems to have played no role in Trump's decision to go for it. And the third thing, I am suspicious around, or interested, should I say, around the decision by the Americans not to use and not to request Diego Garcia base be used. It's closer than where the bombers ultimately what came from. It could well be the case, I wonder whether it was the case, where quietly the Americans were told by back channels that if asked, Britain would refuse to allow Diego Garcia to be used as a staging post for this conflict. And rather than create a public diplomatic rift, they just decided to go from the American base instead, which is further away, and refuel in the air. Now, if that is the case, do we think Donald Trump's going to remember, or just forget and shrug it off?
I enjoyed your correction from suspicious to interested there, by the way. Do you think that is viable, that's why they didn't use Diego Garcia?
Well, I think they may have realised that it will put Britain in a difficult position, and they need Britain's support for other things, or they'd like Britain's support for other things. So why make a problem of it in this case? But also, it's a demonstration from America's point of view that they can leave their base at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri and fly anywhere in the world and drop bombs and fly back again. They don't need foreign bases. And that's one of the things about the B-2, is that it is a global bomber with refuelling. And that, it was a demonstration of that as well. And they also took the opportunity to send some B-2s to Guam. They said as a distraction exercise, but that was all, it wasn't really a distraction. It was to show the Chinese we can do that as well.
I guess that's the thing. How needed is the UK in all of this?